Hey guys, show I decided to do was Two and a Half Men. Show's about two brothers who end up living together when Alan divorces his wife and moves into Charlie's house with his son Jake. Um, the show's about the differences in lifestyle that the two have. Charlie's rich and has a nice Malibu beach house, and Charlie's a fairly unsuccessful chiropractor. Um, Charlie spends his days drinking and being lazy and pretty much sleeping with a bunch of different women and doing nothing. Charlie has a really different, or I'm sorry, Alan has a really different dynamic with his life because of his kid, and that really, that's a lot of their differences there. Um, many of their interactions in the show, most of them actually take place in Charlie's Malibu beach house. My thesis for this one is going to be in Two and a Half Men, a series based on two brothers living together. We observe a bachelor lifestyle that transforms into a dysfunctional family lifestyle. To support my thesis, I'll discuss Charlie's bachelor lifestyle and how that affects the others in the household. I'll also use how Charlie changes a little bit over time, dealing with Jake and just having to act different around a younger kid. Um, the brothers share a common feeling about their mother. One of the few things they share in common. They both only deal with her when they have to, but they stay in touch with her basically because she has a fairly big inheritance that they'll get one day. There's also a few people that play small roles in there. That would be Rose, who is Charlie Stalker, and then there's Berta, who is the housekeeper for them. Um, they play different roles depending on Rose and Berta do depending on the episode. They're sometimes big, sometimes small. There's mixed feelings between everybody, between Alan and Rose, and Alan and Berta, and Charlie, and so forth. The sources that I'm going to use to back up my thoughts are going to be, the first one is going to be an article from the National Institute on Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism, and it's titled Harmful Alcohol Use. I'm going to use this to show how Charlie's bachelor lifestyle is affected by alcohol, and also how his lifestyle makes him drink. And then, secondly, I'm going to use an article titled The Transformation of the American Family Structure, and this will help kind of show how there's a different family dynamic, created between Charlie and Alan and Jake after they move in together. Charlie was used to being single and living the bachelor lifestyle, and Alan was used to being married with a kid, and Jake was used to having a mom and a dad, which he doesn't really necessarily have now. Um, thirdly, an article titled "Research on Post-Divorce Parenting and Child Well-Being." Use this to show how Jake is affected by living with two different families, essentially between living with his mom Judith and her new husband, and then living with Charlie and Alan on the other side. The fourth one I'll also use is from the Department of Justice, and that's titled "Stalking Victimization in the U.S." And I'll use that to show how Rose Rose's stalking of Charlie is glorified and supposed to be funny in the show, as opposed to this article, which doesn't really have the same feelings on it. Um, the fifth source that I found would be, or the fifth idea that I'm going to talk about, I'm lacking a source at the moment, is that I'll talk about how inheritances affect families and how people act when there is that at stake. Um, that leads me into the things I do need help with. First would be, I'm still lacking a source for the inheritance part, and also I'm sure a lot of people have probably seen the show. If there's any other points that somebody else thinks may be a good one, that may make it easier for me to find a source on, I would appreciate that as well. Thanks.